What was your reaction initially when you heard about Domas's injury?
Not happy. Feel for him, obviously. We need the big fella, but it's the nature of what we do, and we know that when we sign up. So, unfortunate. Love him and hope that he, gets well soon.
Yes, we are reevaluated in 3 to 4 weeks for Domantas Sabonis, so he will not be in the Ford starting lineup. As you see here, it's the same starting lineup from the other night. And some of you at home are going, wait, isn't Keegan Murray back? Deuce, what's going on?
He's coming off the bench tonight, apparently.
Okay.
You're acting like I made the decision.
Deuce, Coach Deuce, what's happening?
Yeah, I'm guessing, look, he has missed a lot of time here. He's missed the first 15 games. He hasn't played a game in a while. I know he played some 5-on-5 with the Stockton Kings in the G League during practice, but maybe it's just get him going off the bench a little bit and maybe cook a little bit with the second unit. I don't know. I mean, obviously, long term, this guy is in the starting lineup, in my opinion.
Oh, in everyone's opinion.
Well, I would think. I don't know.
Who are we kidding? No, you stop it. Stop it. We all know that that's what it's ultimately going to be. And yeah, I think when you look at tonight, they're just trying to get him back in the groove of things. But also on top of that, you look at what that second unit has brought every single game, and it's been bringing a whole different energy, and that's why I feel like maybe he can get more touches too with the basketball.
Yeah, and I want to see Malik Monk get that opportunity to create a little bit. I like that Schroeder's getting it going and knocking down shots, which has been a huge plus for him and his confidence coming off the bench. But I think Malik, the last couple of games, has done a good job getting the offense going. And so hopefully he can do that coming off the bench. And then going back to the Sabonis element of this too, it's not just like 3 to 4 weeks, right? You reevaluated then. I was looking at the calendar. That's like 10 to 12 games. Okay. So that's a significant portion of the season. So going to be interesting to see how they respond with the loss of Sabonis and how other guys can step up.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing here, is that other guys are going to be seeing opportunities. Now, will this coaching staff lean into giving opportunities to some of the younger guys, Nick Clifford, Max Reynaud? It's what I think we're all hoping to see. But right now, let's get to the crossover where Kyle and Katie are standing by in Memphis. I almost said in OKC because it feels like it's been there every single night.
They've been gone for like a month.
Yes. Are you guys okay? 1 and 2. Katie, first I'm going to ask you this question. Both teams desperate for a W. What do the Kings need to do? What is it going to take?
Second night of a back-to-back, I think the most important thing really when you look at it, it's going to be about the energy that they come out with. A lot of the times on the road and when you're in a slump and you're in the middle of a losing streak, it's about creating your own momentum, your own energy. You got to manufacture that sometimes. And so I think that's going to be very, very important tonight. But listen, I thought defensively was a much improved game last night. Offensively, they did well, but it's about trying to get closer to 48 minutes. They have lulls that really start to hurt them. It was the turnovers in the third last night. Don't give this team turnovers and let them have some easy looks offensively because they're missing key guys as well.
Yeah, to Katie's point, when you come to Memphis, you're used to playing Ja Morant and Triple J. Yep. Those two guys aren't here tonight. So how do you manufacture that energy against some Memphis Grizzlies names that maybe you don't know aren't household names? So, Doug Christie always likes to say it's not about the opponent, it's about us, and that's how the Kings got to approach it tonight.
I think we're all excited to see Keegan Murray back. We know what he can do defensively out there, but what do you think he can help with this Kings offense that's been struggling a bit?
I know that Doug said at the beginning of the season during training camp, he wants to see Keegan get like 10 triples up a game. That has been an area to me where the Kings are shooting a really nice clip on the season from beyond the arc. Their volume is incredibly low, though. So if you can get Keegan back in that mix and get him kind of feeling a little bit of a rhythm from outside, but also, you know what? His rebounding, in my opinion, has been sorely missed. And we know his defense has been missed, but I think the rebounding is one thing that, people do not give him enough credit for. He adds a lot in that category.
Yeah, look for the spacing to be better when he's out there. Think about it. You throw Keegan out there with Zach and some of those other guys that can stretch the floor. Let's say a lineup with Malik also out there, and maybe that spacing will be a little better for the Kings tonight.
Well, hopefully they can end that losing streak tonight. Oh, man, that would be really nice to see. You two have a wonderful call, and we'll see you at the half.
All right, guys, thanks so much. Kyle Draper and Katie Christensen coming to you courtside here at FedEx Forum in Memphis, Tennessee, as we continue this 5-game road trip. You know, Katie, the last 24 hours, we've had the good and the bad when it comes to news for the Sacramento Kings. Domantas Sabonis out the next 3 to 4 weeks with a meniscus tear, partial meniscus tear in that left knee. So they'll have to go without him for the time being.
And they've already missed him for 5 games this season. I feel like Domas has kind of been hit hard with injuries. It started out with a hamstring in the preseason. He had the rib injury in Denver that he's missed some games for and played through that. So they've got to figure it out. I mean, they've got guys that are willing and ready to step up behind. We're going to see Max Moore, Drew Eubanks, but it really is about, hey, this is part of the game. This is part of the business, and it's about the next up.
Well, you know, there is some good news. Keegan Murray making his season debut, missed all the games so far because of that thumb surgery. What are you looking for from him tonight?
I'm super excited to have Keegan Murray back in the lineup. And yes, he's not starting tonight, but honestly, he hasn't had an opportunity to even practice with the team on this road trip. He joined them in Oklahoma City. There was no shoot around today, so because it's a back-to-back, so has not had the opportunity to be on the floor. I just want to look at him get back on the floor, get in a little bit of a rhythm, start working towards that conditioning.
Yeah, the Kings come into this game 3-12 on the season, 7 straight losses, but we're not sugarcoating it. It has been a rough schedule for the Sacramento Kings. When you look at some of the teams they faced, already faced OKC 3 times. We're going to face Minnesota 3 times, Denver 3 times, 9 road games, 7 at home, 3rd back-to-back of the season. This is the stat right here. 14 of 15 games so far have been against teams with a winning record, Katie. And like I said, we're going to play Nuggets Saturday and T-Wolves Monday.
So the reality, just to sum that up for you, it gives a lot of information. The first 18 games of this season is the toughest schedule in the NBA. You're playing the defending champs 3 times. You're playing the Wolves 3 times. You're playing the Denver Nuggets 3 times. And so the schedule is about to be a little bit more forgiving. But as we just mentioned, the Kings are dealing with injury issues. So it doesn't mean the season's going to get easier, but you just got to play on.
Yes, exactly. The road and the games go on. Tonight we are in Memphis, just a stone's throw away from Beale Street. The Kings looking to bring music. The road for the Sacramento Kings takes them to Memphis, Tennessee, as the Kings take on the Memphis Grizzlies right here on NBC Sports California, powered by Xfinity. Kyle Draper, Katie Christensen coming to you live inside FedEx Forum, Game 4 of this 5-game road trip for your Sacramento Kings. As we take a look at the starting lineups tonight, the Kings coming into this game shorthanded, no Domantas Sabonis. He is out with a partial meniscus tear. So it's Russell Westbrook, Zach LaVine, Drew Eubanks, DeMar DeRozan, and Precious Achiuwa coming off a big-time game last night in OKC, 15-9. As for the Memphis Grizzlies, their 2 studs, Ja Morant and Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr., both out. They got Vince Williams. Keep an eye on Cedric Coward, Zach Edey, the Sacramento product, Folsom Highs, Jalen Wells, and Santi Aldama rounding out the Grizzlies starting 5. As for the coaching staff, Tuomas Isalo, that's right, his first full season, took over late last year for Taylor Jenkins. He's 8-16 so far as Grizzlies coach. As for the Sacramento Kings, Doug Christie in his second year, 30-36 overall record. Doug, of course, preaching defense. Remember, he was a 4-time all-defensive player in his time with the Sacramento Kings as a player. Let's get to Katie's keys to tonight's game. Katie, what's it going to take to snap this 7-game losing streak?
Well, Game 4 of a 5-game trip on the road, a back-to-back. It's going to take energy from the jump. Part of it is you have to manufacture that energy, that momentum on the road. And then bench production. Second night of a back-to-back, you've got injuries. Guys are going to have to step up. I thought that both Dennis Schroeder and Malik Monk did a great job last night, but you're going to have to keep it coming in that second unit.
All right, we are underway here in FedEx Forum. Vince Williams crossing the timeline. DeMar now on Wells. Wells, a little up and under lefty floater is good.
That is a young player who last year just phenomenal for the Grizzlies in his rookie year. You got to expect that he has made strides in the offseason.
Here's Zach. Zach was really aggressive last night against OKC. Let's see if he can get going early here. Shot clock down to 4 here for Westbrook. Working on Wells. Westbrook a little fancy with it, and he'll get 2 free throws.
One of the questions that I asked Doug Christie prior to the game is, now knowing that you're without Domantas Sabonis for 3 to 4 weeks, that could be anywhere between 10 to 12 games. A lot of the offense really runs through Domantas Sabonis. So without him, how does that change things? Well, it changes them in a lot of ways. You've got DeMar DeRozan, who you can operate with out of that elbow where you see Domantas Sabonis a lot. But he said, listen, Russell Westbrook's going to have to pick up a lot of the slack in terms of facilitating and running the offense through his hands. Nice to see him aggressive, getting downhill right out of the gate.
Yeah, Russ calling his own number as he goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Here comes Vince Williams Jr. This Grizzlies team looking to push. As we got a foul, they're going to call it on the floor. It'll be on DeMar, his first.
Doesn't go for the shot fake. Keeps his chest out. Wells goes right into him, but gets him on the side, so that's where the foul comes from. If he had taken it square in the chest, benefit of the doubt goes to the defense.
There's Santi Aldama. Throws it away. Turnover, Grizzlies. We're going the other way.
And you can turn this team over because, again, you know, they're operating without their 2 leading scorers in terms of, or best players, franchise players, if you will, and Ja and Jaren Jackson. And so a lot of the offense goes through them. So guys are being in a position to make different types of decisions.
Here's Debo. Oh, he got hit on the arm. Cedric Coward says, I didn't do it.
And that's 2 fouls in 2 straight possessions defensively for the Grizzlies.
Second team foul as DeMar to get to the free throw line. Not only 2 fouls on the shot, too.
Yeah. Well, and you said it. Keep an eye on Cedric Coward.
Yeah.
Really, really electrifying rookie who has an interesting story and path to the NBA. And he has certainly benefited from the opportunity to kind of highlight what he can do with some key guys out.
11th overall pick in June's draft. We'll talk about him in a minute as he comes off the downstream from Santi, passes it out to Wells. Wells, 13 on the shot clock. There's Vince Williams Jr. Aldama, this time guarded by Westbrook, going high off the glass. Eubanks with a nice challenge, but a second chance opportunity as Wells unable to cash out as Russ comes away with the rebound. Kings looking to push, but they turn it over. Zach Edey. Oh, man. I'll tell you what, he's 7'4". If he's knocking that down, geez.
Yeah, well, listen, this is just his 3rd game back. He had off-season ankle surgery, so he missed the first 13 games. But in his short time back, man, he shows how impactful he can be on the floor. He didn't touch it, the first 2 possessions down on the low block, but then you got a 7'4" guy shooting a 3, which is today's NBA.
Yes. I think Zach Edey just got the foul call there. Yeah, his first personal. That was on Zach
I mean, it
Edey.
is 3 straight defensive possessions, 3 straight fouls for this Memphis Grizzlies team.
DeMar rising up, cash money.
And the great thing about it is now you have them a little bit on their heels. They have to play cautious, and that's when you become ultra aggressive. I like that shot by DeMar DeRozan.
Edey, oh man, got the deep position. That's too easy for a 7'4" guy. Zach Edey puts Memphis back up by 2. Zach LaVine now. Looking for his first shot. Finds a wide open Russell Westbrook. Here comes Cedric Coward. Puts his head down, and they're going to get Russ for the reach and foul. And they're going to say he was going up for a shot, so free throws for him.
Yeah, if he had led with his left arm, I think he might have been able to get away with going after that deflection there. But that certainly is a foul on Russ. But they are calling it on the ground.
Yeah, they changed it. The official
And that's the right
Katie
call.
Walls,
He had
yeah.
not gathered that ball yet.
Vince Williams Jr. foul line push shot, no. Westbrook, another rebound.
And one of the things that the coaching staff has talked about is the need to work on spacing as Zach LaVine elevates into that three, can't get it to fall. And I think that that's something that the Kings need to continue to focus on, is just their spacing in transition, but also in the half court to get some better looks, higher percentage, and make it a little bit easier for them on that end.
They're saying out of bounds on the Kings. Memphis ball. Here's Coward. Oh, man. We talked about Cedric Coward, rookie out of Washington State. Started out at D3 Willamette in Salem, Oregon. Then went to Eastern Washington University.
And he's shown through 15 games to start this season. You got to respect that three. Shooting over 40% from beyond the arc as Zach knocks down that midi. But in college last year, he only played 6 games last year, but also shot over 40% at Washington State as Edey. That is tough to defend, and he's going to get the chance, Kyle, for a three-point opportunity.
Yeah, that foul's on Drew Eubanks. Zach Edey, a two-time National Player of the Year coming out of Purdue.
Fun fact, there's only 3 players ever that have won multiple Player of the Year titles in college. Can you name them?
I would say Bill Walton,
Yes.
and I'm going with Lou Alcindor.
Ralph Simpson.
Ralph Sampson.
Both Ralph and Bill won 3 Player of the Year.
Yes.
Yes, but those 3 guys that we just mentioned, with Edey being the 3rd, are the only players in NCAA history to win multiple Player of the Year titles. As we take a look at this replay right here, the foul as Drew Eubanks got plowed over there.
Yeah, and that's a big foul right there.
Yeah,
Cedric
that's
Coward, his second.
His second.
DeRozan over KCP. Nope. On the leak out. Wells was leaking out, but Zach LaVine picks it off.
Oh, that's a hold.
Yeah, Vince Williams got away with the hold. They don't call it. And it'll be out of bounds.
Wow.
I'm gonna say stay here, Memphis ball.
That was right in the middle of the floor. So blatant. Zach not pleased about that at all. Watch this as he loses the handle right there, gets tipped away, and he's holding him back with that left arm.
And Wells makes it an 8-point ball game. Grizzlies shooting 54.5% thanks to a 10-2 run. See if the Kings can get something going offensively here. DeRozan at the elbow. Back out to Rush. Shot clock now at 6. Westbrook to the cup. Back out to Drew. Got to get it up. Got it.
Nice job by Drew Eubanks to be ready on the catch. The clock winding down. That is the first triple that Drew has made this season.
Drew Eubanks makes it a 5-point game. Here he is on the help defense. They leave Santi Aldama wide open.
And he's someone that has played very, very well to start this season. Just a product of someone that has kind of developed in this system.
Eubanks over Edey, no. Aldama with the rebound. Here comes Memphis up by 8. This Grizzlies team riding a 5-game losing streak, as we're going to get a foul here.
And they're going to get Drew Eubanks for controlling that screener.
That'll
we have
be
a
his
timeout
second,
on the floor.
All right, we'll take the timeout. 8-point ball game, 6:32 to go here in the first. And welcome back. Jalen Wells started out at Folsom High School, then went on to be named D2 Player of the Year at Sonoma State University before playing at Washington State University, and now finding himself in his second year here in Memphis after being drafted 39th overall in 2024. I remember when they came to Sacramento last season, and he had to have several hundred people there at Golden One Center. I tell you.
Local boy, so excited for him and what he's been able to do in just the first year plus of his career. hey, there's some talent in Sacramento.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And what's interesting about Jalen, I mean, he was the 39th overall pick, so a second-round pick. But his rookie season, he's among the top rookies out there.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. He tore it up. He did a phenomenal job. And obviously, you know, the coaching has changed since his rookie year. But this coaching staff, the organization, have a lot of, you know, faith in him. As Keegan Murray's on the floor for the first time for the Kings, Kyle Draper.
Yes, Keegan Murray, his first action of the season. Yet to get a touch, however, as Zach unable to connect on that three. Look at Russ battling down low. Wells, oh man, he literally stopped.
Nice
Pulled
job.
a matrix move on him.
Great footwork by Malik Monk to be able to stop and then the strip.
Look at this.
I mean, yeah, you stop it in the air. In the air, great hands by Keegan Murray. You know what? I think we're seeing it more. It's funny if you talk about kind of the Euro step, if you will. Yeah. But there's this even slower Euro step now. And, I mean, the game has evolved to where players are realizing that going slow can have the same benefits as the burst of speed as well. So being able to play within both those spaces, so beneficial.
Jock Landale with that last basket. Kings trailing by 12. Here's Keegan's first touch. Murray got the wrap on that left hand. Falling, fading, firing. Yes, sir. He's back.
First shot knocks it down. That goes a long way in your first game back, just for your confidence and rhythm and flow and just getting out of your mental space.
Here he is trying to challenge Jock Landale. Back-to-back buckets for Jock. Dennis Schroeder. We'll see if he can continue his hot shooting last night in that first half against OKC. He was on fire, unable to cash out. KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope to Landale. That's 6 straight points for Jock Landale.
That is a nice pass by KCP, and Doug Christie going to call a timeout here. Kings trying to muster up some kind of a rhythm and flow on the offensive end here in Memphis, Tennessee.
The Kings on the go this season and stream the games on the NBC Sports app. It's brought to you by Toyota. Scan the QR code now to start streaming your Sacramento Kings back here in Memphis, Tennessee. Kings trailing early to the Grizzlies. And oh, how nice it is to have this guy back. Keegan Murray, first touch, first bucket here, Katie.
Little ISO on that baseline, a fadeaway, drops it smooth end of the bucket there. But you know what? Right now, the Kings need to try and muster some kind of continuity on the offensive end. I mean, they've got 4 field goals made, just 2 assists in this one, and you look at the opposite end and what Memphis has been able to do. 11 field goals made, 10 assists in this one. They are creating, moving that defense, and we've lost a shoe.
Yeah, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope lost his shoe, and Zach LaVine says, I'll take advantage.
Yeah, hey, lose a shoe, gain an advantage.
Zach now with 5 early points. Back to an 11-point game. Let's see if the Kings can lock in defensively here. Spencer guarded by Schroeder. Spencer from 17. Too strong. Max battling for the rebound. And Malik corrals it.
And that's an area where I think Max has done a great job in his minutes, is getting on the glass.
Keegan, corner 3. Oh, Landale with the hustle, but he stepped out of bounds. It'll be Kings ball. I like that no hesitation there by Keegan on that corner 3.
He'll pull the trigger now, especially after seeing that first one drop. That's always a good thing for your mentals.
LaVine, that's back-to-back jacks.
Let's see it, more of that. Kings cutting into that double-digit lead now, and we're starting to see offensively a little bit of flow and rhythm.
Yeah, Zach now with 8. John Conchar guarded by Malik.
Like that defense from Zach LaVine. Good job leading with the chest.
Cam Spencer, 3 on the clock. Finding Jock, oh man, with 1 second. Max Reynaud commits the foul.
I'm not mad about that one,
Okay.
though. Even though there's 1 second, he is right at the rim. That is the ability to, finish with a high probability there. Make him go to the line and earn it. He comes down and he fouls him nice and hard. Also something I prescribe to. So we're
Something
clear
you
on that.
practice as a player yourself, right?
Might have, yeah, might have.
And Jacques Landale, he's already got 8 points right here. As the Kings now trail by 10. Zach LaVine made his last 2 triples. You see that attention Grizzlies are paying to Zach.
Yeah, I mean, nice hard hedge on him, get up.
Malik, no, as Dennis looks to track it down. What a save, but right to Memphis. Here comes, oh wow, a big time collision. Let's see what they call here. Oh, they're gonna call a block on Malik Monk as Olivier Maxime Prosper was burrowing down the field court.
Wow, I mean, that
That's
was
tough.
quite a collision. Prosper going a million miles a minute.
Ooh.
And yeah, Malik did not take that to the chest, but I mean, he initiated that contact. My goodness. He put his shoulder down and went right into Malik Monk. It's fortunate that everyone is okay on that play.
All right, Malik seems to be all right. Olivier Maxime Prosper, third-year man out of Marquette from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Knocks down another free throw. 12-point ball game. Memphis 5 for 5 from the line so far. Here's Zach. This time looking to turn the corner. Monk playing that 2-man game with Max.
And they're showing on that screen action. They are worried about the three-point shooting for the Kings. And
Schroeder high off the glass. No. Grizzlies off and running. KCP pulls one. Out of bounds. Sacramento basketball. This Grizzlies team getting it up the floor quickly here.
playing without
Triple J there.
Triple J. He's got some danglies on today.
Well, you know, he got paid. He got that contract extension.
I could see you in some danglies.
You think so?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
After all these years, you still don't know me, huh,
Nice
Katie?
job by Max. I am totally being serious right now, by the way. Just so we're clear on it.
Oh, man. Here's KCP working on Zach LaVine. They're going to say out of bounds. Stay here.
Nice job by him, though. Really nice, hard closeout. Does a great job staying on his side. Didn't have the help step out, but able to get the stop there. As you see kind of what this roster is patching together for the Memphis Grizzlies. They are missing a lot of guys. And Ty Jerome, I'm interested to see about his addition to this team. He was absolutely phenomenal last year in Cleveland.
Yeah, he was up for Sixth Man of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, they had a couple guys on that roster that could have vied for that.
LaVine cooking here to the cup. Oh, man, that was pretty by Zach.
It's just like poetry. I mean, it's so soft the way he maneuvers through there, and he's able to get that finish on the other side.
Zach already in double figures. He's got 10. Kings looking to lock in defensively here. Prosper straightaway three, cashes out.
Oh, stepping out and hitting the three. That's his first three all season. Shot 23.5% a year ago. So it's one of those where you kind of make them have to prove that.
Max misses the jump hook. Here's Vince Williams Jr.
Nice help there by Malik Monk getting to that nail spot.
Howard from 18, got it. Kings down 13, under a minute to play here in the first.
And Memphis shooting 59% from the field, 57% from deep. You know that's got to change as Zach not able to get his triple to drop.
Meanwhile, they leave Power wide open. Kings dodge one as Keegan Murray saves it out of bounds. It'll be Kings ball here.
You do have the opportunity to go for 2-for-1 here if you want, but I don't know that the Kings are going to go for that. I think they're going to try and get a good possession here.
Kings shooting 40% from the field. Memphis 56. As Schroeder gets to the cup off the glass, unable to make the layup. Plenty of time here for Memphis. Shot clock is off. Aldama looking to blow by. Coward, extra pass. Williams Jr. in and out. And after the first 12, the Kings offense still stuck in neutral. Just 22 points in that first quarter as Memphis ends the quarter on a 9-4 run. The second 12 after this. On sale now, the all-new Sacramento Kings City Edition jersey is here. A remix of the fan favorite 2023 Gray City Edition uniform, reimagined with deep ink purple and bright violet, inspired by the beam. Visit kingsteamstore.com/city to shop the new threads today. Back here in Memphis, Kings trailing 35-22. The Grizzlies dominating in a number of statistical categories, including 12 assists on 13 made baskets in that first quarter. Also points in the paint, 16-6.
Yeah, and when you look at the points in the paint, I mean, you've got 16 points coming from the center position for Memphis, and that's where they're getting it.
Eubanks with the bucket. Coward steps into a three. Neek Clifford just checked in. He comes away with the rebound. Monk. Oh, Monk pretty with it.
Nice look ahead there by Neek. Get it up the floor, advance it quickly.
Back-to-back buckets for the Kings. Oh, man, what a pretty move by Prosper right there. No, excuse me. That's G.G. Jackson who just checked in.
And they're going deep into their bench.
Right.
We talked about how important bench production was going to be tonight for the Kings, as Dennis Schroeder's going to find himself at the free throw line.
Foul on Vince Williams Jr.
Nice advance. Malik surveying the floor and says, you know what, I'm going to keep this, take it all the way, easy lay-in, and there's the foul on Williams Jr.
All right, so it's 2 free throws for Dennis Schroeder. Remember last night, 21 points to lead the Sacramento Kings.
15 of those come in the first half.
Yeah.
I mean, he came off, and he has, since he's been, you know, coming off that bench recently for Doug Christie. He's done a phenomenal job coming out and being ultra aggressive both sides of the ball. As you see him here working towards half court on the defense.
Kings look like they're in a little zone right now.
Absolutely.
Howard, baseline jumper, all hits the side of the backboard. Edey, now Aldama, 2 on the clock. Williams Jr., no. All right, the Kings get a stop here.
Good activity there by Neek, because it was that tip out that allowed them to get that rebound. It looked like it was for sure going to be Memphis.
Malik being harassed by Gigi, and he throws it away. Here's Vince Williams Jr. Neek trying to guard Santi Aldama. Aldama with the size advantages. Katie, we saw a turnover right there lead to some cross matchups, huh?
Yeah, I mean, they've got some size on the floor for them right now, does Memphis.
And Aldama corrals that one. 10 minutes to go here in the second.
Stop ball, though. I mean, someone's got to pick it up.
As Malik looks to throw it off Zach Edey, and he does, going the other way.
Returning for the Kings, number 9, Precious Achiuwa.
All right, Precious Achiuwa checking back in. Keegan Murray, Katie heads to the bench. 9 minutes played.
Hey, listen, that's a significant chunk of time, but it straddled the quarter break, so he got a rest in between. And honestly, that's the big issue right now. No matter how much he was able to do in terms of conditioning, leading up to his, you know, being active again, nothing is the same as game minutes.
Yeah. They had to switch out basketballs as some.
Was there some courtside beverages?
Yeah. I don't know whether it was the expensive kind or the cheap kind.
Well,
I
if
guess
it's courtside,
right?
it's probably the expensive kind. Yeah.
All right, so a fresh basketball. Kings looking for a fresh run right here as Schroeder. G.G. Jackson commits the foul. It'll be 2 shots.
And he got away with one, I thought, a couple possessions ago on Malik Monk. So I like that Dennis is challenging him to have to defend him off the bounce there, stepping in and drawing the foul, because he is an aggressive defender, playing in just his 7th game this season.
All right, Schroeder, he'll have another one as we get a quick word from California Community Colleges.
I can put my future on a guaranteed path.
Save money by starting at a California community college and transferring to a guaranteed safe spot at a 4-year university. Learn about the associate degree for transfer and enroll today at icangotocollege.com.
All right, 1 of 2 for Dennis. Makes it a 10-point game. Kings still in that zone as Westbrook checks back in. Coward, no. Aldama looks to save it. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds. Sacramento ball.
And I like them going into this zone defense. You just got to understand where you're susceptible is on the glass. So you're going to need guys to have to kind of shrink into that paint to try and come up with that rebound.
Schroeder. That mid-range jumper rims out. Here comes Memphis. They've gone cold a little bit from 3 here in the second quarter, just 0 of 4. Oh, Edey looked like he shuffled the puppies.
Yeah, I was like, did he have steps there?
Zach Edey in his 3rd game, now with 10 points, 3 rebounds as the Kings turn it over. Westbrook is saying that's a foul. Oh my gosh, come on. He's playing pity pat with his feet out there, right? Tap dancing.
Yeah, that's hard to defend.
All right, so that turnover, the 5th turnover for Sacramento. As Aldama. He's got 7 now. Westbrook. Nice little find, Eubanks. You know, I was at shoot-around the other day, practice the other day, and Drew was working on that afterwards. That little push shot from about 8 out.
That's a tough shot, and he has been very, very good with that.
ACP. Now here's Gigi. Man, that was a deep 3. Threw up a brick. Kings down by 12. Neek was looking for the dime to Eubanks. Another turnover for Sacramento.
And listen, the best pass probably in that situation is the kick ahead over the top.
Yeah. Meanwhile, big Zach. Oh, wow.
And we're kind of seeing it a little bit here in the first half, what we saw last night in Oklahoma City during that 3rd quarter. The turnovers here in the 2nd quarter to start this period have really put a ton of pressure on the Kings defense.
Kings with 6 turnovers, leading to 13 Memphis points. DeRozan, 4 on the clock. Nearly turns it over, and they do a 24-second violation. 7 turnovers now.
And I think what we're seeing a little bit is just kind of struggles in terms of identity on the offensive end. And what I'm talking about there, if you're going to kick it ahead, I'd prefer you see you go up over the top with it. It's a lot easier in traffic, and that leads to an easy dunk in transition for the Grizzlies.
Kings stand in his zone defense. Is Cam Spencer on the kickout. Santi Aldama is shooting only 30% from 3, but he's wide open in the corner there.
Hey, he was a 37% shooter last year. It's early in the season, and numbers can be deceiving.
Xfinity is here to help you break ankles, not the bank. Get the most intelligent Wi-Fi at one consistent price for the next 5 years with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Kyle Draper, Katie Christensen coming to you from Memphis, Tennessee. inside FedEx Forum as DeMar DeRozan and the Kings trailing 48-31, and it's been turnovers here in this second quarter for the Sacramento Kings, Katie.
Well, in the differential, right? When you look at 7 turnovers in this first half by Sacramento for 16 points, Kings, on the other hand, have only forced 2 turnovers, scored 2 points off of it. And so, you know, there is a lack of continuity right now offensively that's manifesting in kind of coughing the ball up at a high rate.
And that's another turnover right there as Russ was looking for the youth to Drew. G.G. Jackson draws the foul. Let's see who they call it on. Yeah, they're going to call it on DeMar DeRozan. That'll be his second.
You know, you look at the turnovers and kind of what it does. It's kind of, you know, puts you in kind of quicksand, if you will, because this team is shooting 53% from the field. They've got 26 points in the paint. You see what happens. You're backpedaling, trying to catch up after a turnover, and then you're having to defend at the rim against guys that are, you know, 7'4", and guys that are, you know, coming full speed ahead, getting downhill on you. So you can kind of see the trickle-down effect of what it does.
G.G. Jackson knocks down the free throw. 19-point lead, largest of the game. Keegan Murray back on the floor, just a short break for him. Here he is. DeMar looking to go against Conchar. Westbrook, 3-ball in and out.
You know, and something we saw a little bit more in last year with Keegan Murray was posting him up.
Yeah. KCP back out to Jock Landale. Jock, no hesitation. They're playing free, clear. Now a 22-point game. Seeing a lot of one-on-one basketball right now for the Sacramento Kings here, Katie.
Yeah, I mean, the assist kind of category shows that a bit for you. And you have to give credit right now to Memphis. I mean, their defense is causing problems for Sacramento in terms of being able to find great shots on the offensive end.
Memphis 6 of 17 from behind the arc as Zach, went for the hammer, and he got fouled. Yeah, GG got him as Zach is down. Looks like he hit his head. He's holding the back of his head there. Oh. Let's see if we can see right here as Zach. Oh, the back of the chair right there. That chair sticking out right there. And Coach Isolo, he's going to challenge this. We got the results of the challenge, and we'll see how Zach is after the timeout.
We're going to have a jump ball center circle between any two to resume play. And Memphis does have one further challenge now if needed.
This coach's challenge brought to you by Ashton and Price, Northern California's injury law firm. We just heard the official make the announcement, Josh Tibbin. They're going to say no foul, call overturned, Katie. So it'll be a jump ball at center court. Zach does stay in the game, however. Coach Isolo making the correct call to challenge that one. Doug, meanwhile, getting an explanation over here from Josh Tibbin. .550 to go here in the second. Not the start, obviously. Doug Christie won it, Katie. What are you seeing what's happening here on both ends of the floor?
Yeah, I mean, I think as we've kind of mentioned here over the second quarter, it's been kind of self-inflicted wounds. Turning the ball over has put them in a bad way on the defensive end and really allowed Memphis to get some easy looks. But you also kind of look at it, and you've got Keegan Murray back, you've got Domantas Sabonis out. That changes the offense in such a massive way. And I feel like guys are, you know, the offense is shifting. Guys are kind of put in different roles, and they're clearly not, you know, comfortable with it at this moment because they don't have a lot of kind of minutes in those roles, if you will. I mean, it really does change to me the offense completely without Domantas Sabonis. And they're looking at 3 to 4 weeks at the very least without him.
Meanwhile, Cam Spencer drills another 3 for the Grizzlies. They're 7th. Kings find themselves down 25 to a Memphis team, just 4-11 on the season, missing Jaren Jackson Jr. and John Morant.
And nearly another turnover right there. Keon Ellis going to be stepping in right now.
Yeah, John Morant out with that calf strain. Say he'll be out at least 2 weeks.
And there's certainly been some rough spots for them early in this season with him. I mean, he has been suspended over the last season or so with various off-court things, and there was an issue in the locker room where he was suspended, as that's going to be a goaltend, and Russell Westbrook is going to get a technical.
We got a technical, yeah. Second-year official J.D. Rawls ringing Russ up.
So there's a level of frustration right now that is clearly evident for the Kings. Oh, he felt he got
hit,
there was
fouled by Contra.
And he, no, by Jock there, yeah. I mean, you saw the hand on his right shoulder. It was that left hand coming down as the right hand was up contesting. So I understand the frustration by Russell Westbrook, but man, no one's going to get this right except the 5 guys on the floor and the guys on that bench ready to step in. So this is kind of one of those moments where you have to come together as a squad and say, we got this. We're the only ones that can turn this around.
Caldwell Pope, back rims a 3, and the Kings just don't come away with the rebound, and Conchar gets fouled. You know, one of your keys to the game, as Russ picks up that foul, was energy tonight. This Kings team did play yesterday. Yeah, manufacturing. Seems like Memphis is the ones, they're the ones quicker to the ball, quicker on the glass, playing with more energy here.
And when you look at Memphis, obviously they did not play last night. That is a thing. Second night of a back-to-back on the road, never an easy thing, but everyone has to go through it at some point in the season. They played a couple of nights ago in San Antonio, and it was really a competitive game, played incredibly well against the Spurs. So, I mean, sometimes records can be deceiving. This team certainly still very highly competitive, no matter who's on the floor for them. This has been one of those rosters over the last few years that has been deep, and this is a team very much like, you know, you look at Memphis, you look at some other teams in the league that, you know, Oklahoma City, a perfect example last night, that they have deep benches and they have purely developed their talent here over the course of several years. And that's where it matters in nights like tonight, where your 2 guys are out and then other guys step in.
6 on the clock. Here's Zach on the step back. That's a 2-pointer. Got it. Zach LaVine with 12.
Not an easy shot at all. And credit this Grizzlies defense. They're not letting up on Sacramento.
Keon Ellis trying to track Wells. There's Cam Spencer. No, tip. Yes.
Right there, just crashing in from that wing spot. No one with a body on him, and the Kings 4 minutes here to go in this half before they go in the locker room and have to try and figure out some solutions.
That got hit as Wells will pick up the foul. That'll be his second. Yeah, nobody puts a body on Conchar at all.
Yeah, I mean, and you've got both Dennis and Zach on the baseline. As you see the foul there on Wells.
Zach LaVine now with 13 after 8 points the other night in 30 minutes. All right, Zach makes a pair. Under 4 to play here in the second. Schroeder looking to apply some pressure on Conchar. Landale just turns, fires. That's easy money there, 17-footer. Jock Landale having himself a night here. He's got 11. Max, yes, sir. Maxime Reynaud, a young fella's going to be pressed into duty here.
Absolutely,
with
and
Domas
it's a good
out.
opportunity for the rookie to get some valuable court time.
And KCP, no, but there's that offensive rebounding. Kings dodge one there. Levine goes right at Wells, no. Zach now 5 of 10 from the field.
And the Kings not able to really make up any ground at all, while the majority of the starters have been resting on the sidelines for Memphis, and they are at the scores table ready to check in right now.
I'll say out of bounds. Kings basketball has a couple of subs here for both teams. Malik Monk back on the floor. And we got a timeout, it looks like, as Tomas Isolo giving official Brian Forte an out of bounds play. As this coach's challenge brought to you by Ashton and Price, Northern California's
After review, the ball
injury
was
law
last
firm.
touched by Sacramento. The challenge on the floor is deemed successful. It'll be Memphis ball on the baseline.
Man, Coach Isolo, twice. 2 challenges here in the first half, and he got them right.
I mean, you got a significant lead in the first half of the ball game. You've used both your challenges. Heaven forbid the tide shift in the second half where you might need them. But it's a great success rate.
Right, yeah. Got it right. A little surprising, up 23. That you would use it at this point, but we play on here.
Nice defense by Dennis there.
Oh, but man. Wow. Vince Williams Jr., another assist. He's got 7 assists.
Make that 8. That was number 8.
Yeah,
and 21 for the team.
Kings answer back. Good to see that guy knock down the triple Keegan Murray. Santi Aldama. And 1 bucket and the foul. And I'm going to be honest, Katie. You know, what I've been seeing here lately is teams just feel so comfortable running their stuff as we take a look at the foul. You know, Doug talks about making the opponent feel you, and we're not seeing that here.
You're not wrong. I mean, you're not wrong at all. And, you know, you got to, I talked about, you know, that one was Keegan Murray allowing a drive. And he, listen, to me, he's one of the best defenders that the Kings could put out on the floor. But you got to call a spade right now. There's no way he's in shape and has drilled the defense. Like, you know, you've got to allow him the space to kind of get back in the groove of things. And that's not just on the offensive end, that's on the defensive end as well. But Kyle, you're not wrong in terms of playing with a certain force and physicality.
Meanwhile, Edey on the inside, on the kick out. Aldama puts it on the deck.
And a much better closeout there by Keegan Murray, rectifies it on the next possession. But you've got Edey inside that just, if you're not sending double teams at him, he's got a nice soft touch inside, and he's going to go into that shot.
Schroeder looking for an answer. No, Keon Ellis skying for the rebound. Murray goes reverse. Oh, man, nice move.
Pretty move, nice decision. Kind of takes the effectiveness of a shot blocker out of the pitcher.
Jalen Wells. Schroeder. Oh, man, a couple of pump fakes got Schroeder in the air.
He just Domantas Sabonis Schroeder.
Right. Got him up a few times.
Yeah, use that pump fake until something happens. And look at that beautiful move by Keegan Murray through two guys defensively past Edey, finish with an up and under reverse.
As Wells knocks down the first. Was an NBA All-Rookie last year, 4th in points, total points among rookies last season.
And man, available, played 79 games a year ago. And when you look at it, started 74 of them as a rookie.
Huge find for Memphis in the draft, number 39 overall pick. Edey's just camping in the lane here, not guarding anybody. On the leak out, Santi Aldama. And the Kings nearly turn it over. Williams was on the baseline. But this Memphis crowd appreciating the hustle there.
And they should. I mean, that's great hustle. Nice job by these young fellas that are on the floor for the Grizzlies. Their compete level is high.
I think they're going to discuss the clock situation here. Vince Williams Jr. So they put 22 on the shot clock now. About a 4-second differential. Monk. Back out to Keon. His first triple. Oh, man.
Nice execution on that play there by the Kings. And got a whistle here.
Yeah, they started the clock.
Yeah, the clock is wrong, yeah. Just the kick out pass after the dribble penetration. And every bit of that rim, hey, use it.
Kings desperately needed that one. Trailing by 26 here. Little full court pressure. 7 on the clock. Wells working against Monk. Wells. Oh man, Vince Williams Jr. on the cut. The Kings were ball watching right there. Murray, the half-court heave. And after the first 24 minutes of play, it's been all Memphis. 75-47. Coach Christie and the Kings, they'll discuss it. Deuce and Mo will talk about it too. The halftime show is coming up next. Kings trailing the Grizzlies. Please and the Kings on NBC Sports. California, Kyle Draper, Katie Christensen hanging out in the Lazy Boy broadcast booth. All right, Katie, I wrote down your keys. You said the energy needs to be there, and you're looking for a bench production out here tonight, especially on the second night of a back-to-back. Memphis won in both of those categories, it seems like.
Yeah, and you know, when you look at it, the Kings were outscored by 13 in the first quarter, 15 in the second quarter. And the thing to me that stood out the most, honestly, is turnovers. It's 8 turnovers for 18 points, and they've only scored 2 points themselves off of turnovers. And so a lot of this, to me, is kind of preventable. It's self-inflicted wounds. And when you look at it, you have to be able to sense during the course of a game, Kyle, what the problem is and how quickly you can rectify it and turn it around is important. And so, you know, I know it's very easy when you're on a losing streak, when you're on the road, on the second night of the back-to-back, you can enter in all the facts, but those things don't matter. What you do between the lines as a club, that's what matters. So let's see what happens coming out of the locker room at halftime, what they're able to do.
DeMar got the late whistle, count it, and the foul. Cedric Howard picks up his third. One more look at it.
And DeMar going straight to that ISO. I like the call because it allows them to get a bucket, get an easy look, and now getting to the free throw line. Sometimes it's about knowing where you can butter your bread. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Debo completes the three-point play. He's up to 7. Kings got to get some stops here, though, in the second half. Grizzlies shot 54% from the field.
And 25 assists.
Yeah.
25 assists in a
28.
half is a big,
Yeah.
number. And that just tells you that they're creating for each other. And, you know, a lot of that coming from that center position. When you look at the center position, they're breaking guys down on the exterior off the bounce, and then they're getting easy dunks. There was 29 points between Landell and Edey in the first half, and they were 12 of 13 from the field, and there is a triple by Coward. Or, sorry, Vince Williams.
No, that was Cedric Coward.
Okay,
Vince
I
Williams,
thought so.
meanwhile,
I looked down
yeah.
at the
Yeah, Williams got 10 assists now, career high. And the Kings turn it over.
So my eyes are not deceiving me, just my brain.
Santi Aldama going right at Precious on the kick out. Jalen Wells, back-to-back threes for the Grizzlies. A 31-point ball game, largest lead of the night right here. As Russ looks to answer, got it.
That was a pretty shot. Nice follow through and finish for Russ there.
Oh, they're going to get a push in the back here as Zach Edey was looking for the oop.
Oh, that was
Mara,
off ball.
yeah.
I was looking. I thought they were calling that on Drew Eubanks and did not see where it was, but it was away from the ball.
Yeah, they called it on DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah.
So that'll be his third. Williams Jr. out to Aldama as Eubanks battling Edey. Kings save it here. Sacramento team, 7 straight losses. Looking to snap it as Westbrook now back-to-back threes for Russ. All right, let's see if
Let's
that
string together some stops.
yeah.
I mean, you're starting to get a little bit of production out of your offense. There's an open three for Coward, doesn't go.
Zach this time looking to attack. Oh man, yeah, they got him with the carry.
But it's into the gather. I don't know how that is a carry. He didn't dribble it again after that.
That would be another turnover by the Kings. Here's the look right
Let me
here.
take another look at it. Oh yeah, it went down, it bounced, yeah, that's the right call.
On the spray out, Wells. But Coward, first man to the ball, gets the bucket and the foul. Cedric Coward, as they're going to call that foul on Precious Achua, his first.
Well, and you had DeMar DeRozan that was trying to box out Edey, and Coward comes around from the backside there behind him. He can't possibly box the both of them out.
Be in 2 spots, trying to box out 2 guys. 3-point play is good. Second chance points, all Memphis, 18-5 here. Keegan Murray set to check in next whistle. Precious Achua, too strong on a 3.
And you know, one of the things I thought that the Kings did well last night against Oklahoma City was they got a lot of action in their offense. Dribble penetration, swings, side to the floor, kickouts, good looks. There's a lot of stagnancy in their offense. And Doug Christie, a timeout right now.
Making his season debut, and so far in 16 minutes, Heats with 7 points. Knocked down the triple, 1 rebound, knocking the rust off his game for the first time this season.
So nice to have Keegan Murray back, and he's another guy that can provide shooting and defense, but it's going to take a little bit of time before we see him kind of at that level where we are so used to him. He has not really missed time in his career, and so by far the longest chunk of time that he's been out And it is an adjustment having to come back, find the rhythm, the flow on both ends of the floor, work yourself back into shape. And all this at a period in time where the Kings overall are just struggling with identity and continuity.
Now that's a good possession right there. Little spray three.
Touch the paint,
Yeah.
move the ball side to side.
The Kings force a turnover. Just the third turnover tonight for Memphis. Russ doing a lot of dancing with it.
You got to get off ball. But part of it is you got to have some action. You got to have something for him to go to, some cuts, something. Spacing makes that difficult right there when you get that deep in the paint.
Aldama as Keegan hits the deck. Santi Aldama, another triple. Memphis just getting wide open looks as Zach answers back.
Kings now 9 of 19 from beyond the arc, 47%.
Aldama feeling it now. As Drew corrals the rebound. 28-point ball game, 8 minutes to go here in the third. Zach this time from 17. They're going to wave it off and say a foul on the floor. That'll be on Jalen Wells. Second team foul, third on Wells. Mentioned this Grizzlies team. They've been reeling a little bit here. They've lost 5 in a row. Sacramento 7 straight losses. That's Keegan Murray. Shot clock now at 8. Back out to Debo. Murray. Sidestep triple. Looked like Santi got a piece of that. Coward. Oh, man, looking like Earl Campbell. Gallivanting down the lane. Kings just can't get on a run here to get back into this. As Zach, no. I'm going to say basket interference. So Zach now with 22. As this Memphis Grizzlies team used to be known for the grit and grind back when they had Zebo.
Yeah, it's not the same
Not
team
the same,
as,
right?
as the Zach Randolph days.
Yeah.
Marc Gasol.
Yes. Tony
But,
Allen in them.
yeah, but listen, they have a really, really great group and crop of young players. They really, really do. I mean, I think everyone was shocked a year ago when they made the coaching change at the end of March.
Yeah,
You know, and Taylor Jenkins had been here for a long time, been so much a part of the building process and the culture and identity of this program.
Cedric
Man, I'll tell you what, I like this young player, and I feel the same way I felt last year when we were seeing Jalen Wells and what he was doing in his rookie campaign, getting a ton of minutes and great production. We're seeing it again this year. Tough shot.
Back, yeah.
That was a tough one. Dang, Zach is having to work for everything.
Yeah.
He's up to 25 now, 5 of 8 from deep.
Wells. Wide open three, Williams Jr. Here comes Zach now. Keegan on the push. Oh, Keegan with the quick throwdown.
And that's something that Keegan has always done well, is the rim running, getting out in transition, getting to that bucket, the kick ahead there.
Wells a little show and go. Step through on Debo off the glass, late whistle. It'll be a foul on DeRozan. That'll be his 4th.
DeMar DeRozan is 4. Kings 14.
When the Kings have the ability to get a stop or a steal, get out in transition, Keegan Murray up ahead, nice connection there with Zach LaVine for the throwdown. That's just an easy look for Keegan.
Yeah, Keegan now with 9. You see Jalen Wells, 12 points, 2 assists. That first one rims out. Oh man, wholesale subs coming in from Memphis.
Yeah.
Like a hockey line change here.
You've got Conchar waiting for Jalen Wells, who's shooting the free throw right now. They've got depth. You know, they're without Ja Morant, without Jaren Jackson Jr. tonight. They've got a litany of people who have not yet played this season due to injuries and recovering from various surgeries and whatnots.
Eubanks takes the feed.
There you have it. I mean, the Kings have been getting in the paint, and that completely can shift the momentum of your offense.
Cam Spencer, his brother Pat, plays for Golden State. Wells.
Great defense there by Zach LaVine.
ACP.
I'm sensing a little bit of momentum.
Okay.
A little bit of momentum. Let's see what they've got the last 5:23 of this third.
Zach on the blow by, yes sir. LaVine now up to 27.
And a level of frustration too, because he is being aggressive, getting downhill, feeling like he's dealing with a lot of contact. But right now, Kings trying to scratch and claw. Welcome back. Time now for our Pizza Guys delivery of the game. We're giving this one to Zach LaVine. 27 points in this one, 10 of 15 from the field, 5 of 8 from downtown. Now, he has 13 of those 27 here in the third quarter, a perfect 5 of 5 from the field. 3 of those field goals coming from deep. Again, all of those coming in the third quarter. He has really been igniting their offense here as the Kings are trying to go on a little bit of a mini run. And I know we point out offense and all of that jumps off the screen, but there's been several times here in the third where I feel like he's done a great job on the defensive end in terms of controlling the ball handler, not allowing, you know, guys to get past and get in the paint. And that goes a long ways in terms of, you know, what you're able to do through the course of a game as you're trying to fight back from a deficit, Kyle.
All right, let's see if the Kings' defensive intensity picks up out of the timeout. 2 on the clock. Prosper on the fadeaway, man. Created the space.
Yeah, he's an athletic, bouncy player. Certainly has the size advantage on Dennis there.
Let's see if the Kings can get the hot hand. Zach.
And they're trying to get it out of his hands. It's going to leave some guys open, but will you be able to convert?
Back out to KCP. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, no. 4 Kings in there, but it's all Jock Landale as Russ finally snatches the rebound. LaVine, oh, he got caught up. Prosper with the hands. KCP to Prosper. And we got a foul. They're going to call it on Zach LaVine.
And I like that foul. You know, the turnover puts you in a bad way defensively, but make him have to go to the line and earn it. Nice, hard foul.
Yeah, send him to the free throw line.
Yeah, and make sure that, you know, you're not giving him the and one opportunity.
Here's Prosper, sister Cassandra. There's a guard at Notre Dame. That's a good foul right there. And he missed the first one. Sacramento will hop on the plane tonight, head to Denver. We'll play the Nuggets on Saturday. Again, right? Man.
As you say, our weekly matchup.
Yeah. Weekly matchup with the Nuggets next week. As Russ, too strong. 1 and done for the Kings that possession. Cam Spencer.
All right, I'd like to see Zach LaVine touch it on this possession.
Westbrook off the glass, no. Russ tonight, 4 of 10. Conchar, catch and shoot. Oh, good defense there.
Yeah, multiple efforts there. You've got both Zach and Max on the glass, and sometimes against these big guys, that's what it takes. Multiple guys to be down there and active on the boards.
LaVine now. Zach, too strong.
But see, I'd like to see him get it off some action. That's tough. That's a tough ask. That's an ISO play right there.
Jock Landale pushes it back to a 30-point ball game. Fifth-year man out of St. Mary's. Corner triple. That's a couple of misses in a row for Zach. Nick Clifford.
That's a good shot, though.
Set to check in.
They created it. High percentage shot is Spencer not able to do it, and Zach Levine skying for the glass.
They want to call that one on Dennis Schroeder. Kings in the penalties and free throws here with 2:33 to go in the third.
I mean, they've got great size on their roster. I mean, you've got guys coming off the bench that are creating mismatch and, you know, advantages across the board.
As Russ and Zach take a seat. Zach Levine, game high 26. Yeah, Prosper listed at 6'7", as he knocks down the second. Kings need like a 12-0 run right here, just to put some pressure on this Memphis team. Murray, straight away. Sacramento has a team 9 of 25 from behind the arc.
And I don't know how long Jock Landale is allowed to post up in the key,
he was
but it feels like for about 20 seconds.
Jock Landale having himself a game tonight. Off the bench, 17 points. He's 7 of 8 from the field. As Max Reynaud off the glass. Back out to Cam Spencer. Has the quickness advantage on Max, but they go for the size advantage. Oh man, Malik met Jock Landale, but he's going to be called for the foul. His second.
Jock Landale to the line.
So you see that center combo of Jock Landale and Zach Edey, 33 points between them, making 34 after that. And here's the thing, Katie. Look at the field goal attempts between those two.
Yeah.
Zach 7 for 7, Landale 7 of 8. They've missed one shot, 14 out of 15 so far.
Yes, Kyle. Yeah, it's been an issue at that center position. It was one of the things that, you know, when I looked at the halftime box and the productivity they're getting out of that, but Kings are going to have to search to find kind of solutions. You're going to be without Domantas Sabonis for 3 to 4 weeks, and that's just, you know, based on the press release that went out a couple hours before game time. That's being reevaluated in 3 to 4 weeks. That doesn't mean that the time frame is that. And so, I mean, that causes some massive problems. And you're seeing it highlighted here today. You are seeing it highlighted. We saw it in Oklahoma City, you know, a team that has a double big lineup and 2 7+ footers and Holmgren and Ihart. And, you know, they battled yesterday, but they are not built to be able to manage without Domantas Sabonis for large segments of time.
Yeah, Doug made a point to talk about Domas's usage rate down just a tick.
But it's still
not that much.
It's still over 21%.
Right. The Grizzlies closing out this quarter on a run right now. 14-2 at this point. Cam Spencer out to Conchar. 3 ball. 3 quarters down. One more to go. Sacramento trailing Memphis 113-76. We got the final 12 coming up after the timeout. We take on the Timberwolves and Anthony Edwards. Come see the Beam team as they tip off a 2-game homestand. You can find your seats today at kings.com/tickets. Back here in Memphis, final 12, 113-76 is the score. Largest lead of the game, 37 for this shorthanded Memphis team without Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson Jr., their two best players. G.G. Jackson, step back, got it. All right, Katie, we got less than 12 to go. We got to hop on the plane tonight. Got Denver coming up on Saturday. We'll see how Doug Christie decides to play this, but what can you accomplish here in this last 11 and a half minutes or so if you're out on the floor?
I mean, letting some of the young guys play. Obviously, Neek's out there right now. Keon's out there. His minutes have kind of been a little bit down today, but honestly, like, you have to, as a team, turn this around. And yeah, this game might be out of hand. You might not be able to get back in it, but you can start building in the right direction. You have to, sometimes when you're on a losing skid, you have to build your own confidence. And if you just kind of roll over, that feeling carries over into the next game. You want to try and end this game on a good note.
Coward. Yeah, out of bounds. Kings force a turnover. Keon Ellis on the floor, forcing that turnover.
Nice job, just hands poking the dribble away from behind.
Keon, 7 minutes tonight. Here he is. We got an offensive foul. Illegal screen on Drew.
Tripped him up with his feet there. Wide base by Drew. The unfortunate thing about calls like that, it's like you didn't do it intentionally. Right. It was not really your fault.
Aldama on the swing. Coward left wide open as Eubanks corrals the rebound. Achua calling for it. And the Kings turn it over again. That's turnover number 16. 27 points off for Memphis. I was watching a video of the Miami Heat offense under Eric Spoelstra, and they have this as Aldama knocks down another three. They're running that 0.5 offense, basically, where you make a decision within 0.5.
Yeah.
I feel like what you're seeing tonight is maybe 2 seconds. You know, it's not, there's quick ball movement.
There's a delay.
Yeah.
And what it does, and it's kind of a little bit about what Doug talked about prior to the game when he was asked about kind of not a high volume of threes that they're getting, but a great percentage. And he was talking about just holding it that extra second, that split second when you catch it, instead of immediately going into your shot. It allows the defense to recover, and it takes away advantages. And, you know, you go back a couple years ago when offensively this was the best rated offense in the entire league, right? Yes, personnel is a little bit different, but to me it's not drastically so, you know, at the end of the day. But that is one component that you're right, Kyle. There's too much of a hesitation when catching the ball. There's too much ISO, too much, you know, you got to get off the ball. You can't dribble it 12, 13 times and expect to gain an you know, an advantage for the other 4 people on the floor.
Offensive rebound, and Memphis in no hurry right now. 120-78 as Drew takes it away. Keon going to the cup. Oh, he got hit, no call.
Kyle, there's not going to be a lot of calls.
Right.
This is a 40-point game right now. And the Kings need to play through any kind of contact that there is.
Santi Aldama now. He has 26 to lead Memphis as Schroeder unable to connect. And the thing about this Memphis team, as we're watching right now, there's a bunch of young guys out here on the floor. You know, when you got John Morant and Triple J out, I mean, their core right here we're seeing tonight built with young guys out here.
Yeah. And, you know, a lot of these guys are guys that have been here for several years, developing through their system. And that is something that truly matters. You can find guys in the second round that are going to be productive, that are going to have, you know, careers that are, you know, valuable if it fits into your system and you're willing to spend the time to develop that way. And, you know, honestly, I think that's kind of where the Kings are. They're in a transition phase this year. There's been a lot of change in the front office, change in coaching staff, and, you know, the roster that is here right now, the vast majority of it is an inherited roster. And so you've got to figure out identity, and you've got to start figuring out how to build and grow through this process as well. And Neek is a big part of that. Max is a big part of that. So that's why, you know, minutes like this can be incredibly valuable. And with Domantas Sabonis being out for some time, that's valuable time for Max in terms of his development.
Aldama looking to pad his stats. No. Keegan Murray tonight, 26 minutes. His first action of the season. Murray stepped back from 17, got it.
Ooh, that was pretty.
Yeah,
that was pretty. And you mentioned the 26 minutes. A lot of times when you've been out and spent some time out, as Aldama gets by him on the baseline, your legs aren't quite under you, but that shot specifically looked real nice for this deep into the game.
All right, Keegan Murray makes his return. 11 points, 26 minutes. That pretty bucket right there will take a timeout here in Memphis. Kings trailing the Grizzlies. Time for our teamwork in action presented by Kaiser Permanente. No Domantas Sabonis for the next 3 to 4 weeks, so it'll be a healthy dose of Max Reynaud and Drew Eubanks. Tonight, those two combining for 15 points, 7 rebounds. That's the center rotation going forward here, Katie, over the next 3 to 4 weeks here. Valuable minutes for the number 42 overall pick, Max Reynaud.
Important for growth and development, for sure. And listen, I don't think anyone wants to accept that as, you know, oh, well, great. You know, this is, you kind of have to look at the situation. You can't handle injuries. Like, this is not the optimal situation for the Kings to be in. They've dealt with injuries all season. The first game back for Keegan Murray. Like, this is just kind of what is being laid out in front of you.
Yeah.
But given the circumstances, it's great that Max is going to get these minutes.
Yeah.
It's really valuable for him and his growth and development. It speeds up the process.
Nice block on the other end for Max. As Cam Spencer, no. Precious Achua corrals the rebound. Here's Neek Clifford, number 24 overall pick. Had a brilliant summer league.
Oh, I thought he was going to
pull that, right?
Nice work there by Max, and that's what I'm talking about. Even just the recognition out of small on him. Good job by Keegan Murray to put him in that position where he had the advantage, and he went to work and was able to score.
Max off the bench, 8 points, 3 rebounds. Shot clock now at 8. Max on the switch out, Coward. Man, that hit is nice.
That's a great job by him. Great closeout extension. That was a brilliant shot.
Yeah, Cedric Coward, rookie out of Washington State. Mark Spears wrote a great piece on Anscape about Coward's journey as Neek got hammered. He'll get to the free throw line for 2.
Foul number 23, Cedric Coward, his fourth.
Yeah, that's on Coward, his
Grizzlies
fourth.
first team.
Opportunity here for Neek with this final 4:51 to go to get some meaningful burn, as he'll have 2 free throws as we get a quick word from Jack in the Box.
My Monster Munchies, monster-sized flavor at the fun-sized price of $3 each.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
You know, we're talking a lot about the young players. Neek misses a couple. You know, these are 2 guys talking about Neek and Max, stars on their college team. How do they handle the struggles, the trials, the tribulations of their first NBA season, Katie? That's something you got to keep an eye on, right?
It's true in terms of from a mental perspective, right? Because it's hard enough as it is coming into an NBA season where you're not 35 games, it's 82 games. As Max, nice dish there inside. And then to go through the feeling of losing, because a lot of these guys that end up in the NBA, they're on great college teams where they've had success. That's why they end up where they are. And so from a mental perspective, to have to deal with that, that's where you kind of got to rely on your coaches, your veterans, to step in and help them through, you know, not just the physical, but the mental challenges.
The ball's out of bounds. Going to stay here. Memphis basketball. Samai Meshack missed that 3.
Winning is easy at the end of the day. It's easy in terms of it doesn't challenge you in the same ways that adversity and losing does. So where something can really, it can be tough and rough in this situation, sometimes those are the things that force you to grow at an advanced rate.
Yeah, that foul was on Max Raynaud. And we also got to, and Memphis is going through it now, but you look at their young players, they've had so many injuries over recent years.
The last couple years have been rough.
And so these young guys, they've gotten an opportunity, like you said, to develop and grow.
Absolutely.
Ellis on the pullback. King shooting 47%, but
now
Memphis just...
That's not what you want to see. You need someone to step up.
Yeah, Doug Christie takes the timeout. Unhappy with the defense. That wasn't even a hard push, really. A fast transition, if you will. As Prosper throws.
In Memphis, Tennessee, time now for our Toyota game summary. It has been all Memphis from the start. You can see the difference here. They're shooting 52% from the field. Really where a large part of the separation came from. Started in that second quarter with turnovers. 17 turnovers for the Kings for 30 points for the Memphis Grizzlies. Kings have only forced 4 turnovers in this one, and the points in the paint heavily in favor of the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah, I mean, the Memphis pretty much winning in every statistical category.
Well, and you know, you got Denver on Saturday.
Yes.
And there are games, Kyle, where coaches, and everyone has a stinker. I mean, what, a couple years ago, Milwaukee lost by 50, and again, like, it happens to everybody. It doesn't help that this is the 8th straight loss for the Kings. This has been kind of a downward skid as they've been faced with the toughest schedule to start the season of anyone in the NBA, and that factors into it. Injuries factor into it, but also this is a team in transition, still searching for identity and trying to pull some things culturally together. But I think this is a game where you don't even show the game film.
Right,
you throw it out the window, you regroup, because if they get too set in that failure mode of seeing mistake, you know, I think it's show the good things, move on, focus on Denver. You got to let this one go. You can't dwell on a game like this for too long.
And this, I got to imagine, this is one of those games where as a player, you probably know what went wrong, what you did, right? And didn't
Absolutely.
do, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Pouring salt in the wound
Yeah.
really just makes you remember how bad it
Right.
hurts. It doesn't necessarily, you know, sometimes it can keep you in that space longer than you need to be.
As you see, teaching moment was Neat and Doug have a conversation. The foul was on Neat. There's the official also.
Well, I like
yeah.
that. That's something that I think Malik Monk does actually really well, the way he talks and holds conversations with the officials, especially after they call a foul on him, to gain clarity. And Neat just asked him, like, hey, felt like there was a lean, and he explains why and where the foul's called. And to start early of developing a good rapport with officials, whew, I wish someone had talked to me about that. I was deep in the hate, deep.
Neat with the steal. In traffic, took the bump. He'll have 2 free throws.
I shouldn't say hate, I should say dislike.
Dislike, oh, okay.
Disdain.
I thought you were going to say despise.
Displeasure.
Right, okay.
Despise. I mean, there's a lot of dis words that you can, you know, fill in the blank, right?
You know, it's interesting. I told the story before, and Max and Neat, they've told it as well, but before these two guys were drafted, they were at the pre-draft combine. And this is Max telling me the story. Him and Neat were sitting in the hot tub. Wouldn't it be nice? No, you know, recovery and all that. Wouldn't it be nice if we became teammates and played together?
So, like the hot, like in the sauna type thing, the facility or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like when you tell that story, we need to a little bit more description, expound on it a little bit.
I'm just telling you what Max told me.
Yes.
But no, those two,
you a hard time, Kyle.
those two had a relationship before even getting drafted.
And they have a great rapport on the floor, and they're going to continue to grow together. Liking your teammates.
Right. That's key, huh?
Oh, it's a big deal.
Big deal?
Yeah, because it doesn't always work out that way. And I mean, I don't think that it's like a systemic problem throughout the league. No, I'm not saying that.
Right.
But I have played on teams where it was really difficult in certain relationships with teammates, and it just wears on you in a different way throughout the course of a season. So yeah, having a good, friendly, genuine relationship with teammates, that's so important for overall chemistry for the whole group.
Neat knocks down a 3. Under a minute to play, Sacramento will fall to 3-13, suffering their 8th straight loss. They'll head to Denver tonight to face Jokic and the Nuggets on Saturday. Keegan Murray in his first outing of the season, 32 minutes.
If you take anything from tonight, that's a great positive.
Yeah.
Having him back on the floor, I think the young fellas have done a good job. Max, little stinger on his elbow there.
Yeah, as he flexes that left elbow. Keegan Murray, a team high, I might add, 32 minutes out here tonight.
Hey, this is a game, get him in shape.
Yep.
Run him.
Memphis will go to 5-11 on the season. They'll take the 24-second violation. As Sacramento will inbound the ball. Kings will fall to 3-13. They'll drop to 1-8 on the road. There's Josh Tibbin holding things up here as they get the clock right. But back to the drawing board for Coach Doug Christie and his staff, as they'll wrap up this 5-game road trip on Saturday. All Memphis tonight, 137-96 is your final. Grizzlies shoot 50.5% from the field. Zach LaVine, 26. Keegan Murray in his first action, 33 minutes, 11 points. But the Grizzlies win. Toyota Kings post-game live starts right now.